Yeah.
I can promise I'll research it. And of course, I hit them up on Google Plus, and I will talk about this next week. Do you have any ideas, Russ?
No, I've never done anything like that, but maybe you can start something like in a Google Hangout and then use record my desktop to record the Hangout or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking the combination of a Cheese, which is a webcam displaying app. I don't think it can record, and then to use GTK record my desktop or record my desktop. They're basically the same kind of app, and do it that way. The only problem then becomes it's all locally cached, locally stored, which means you really should find a way to get it off of that as quick as possible and onto a server that you know is backed up.
As far as quality, Sean, and recordings, you're going to have to probably, I mean, you're at the mercy of whatever you're recording with. If your cell phone camera, you're using that camera and the mic on your phone. You know, so as far as video quality, your best bet is like wearing your headset and recording into like the best camera you could. That camera you just bought for the podcast, that's going to be your best bet as far as quality. But I don't know if your whole family's going to want to buy one of them. But anyway, if anybody is watching on video, we lost our video for a second. I brought it back up, but I lost a bunch of my camera shots, so I don't have one of Russ, so can't show him when we go to him, but you can still hear him.
Yeah, and I would say GTK record my desktop or record my desktop will literally capture your screen in its native resolution, so you can have it pretty high quality through that, which also means whomping file sizes.
Yes. The higher the quality you record, bigger that baby's going to be.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go. Before we have any more faltering hardware here, let's just read the rest of these babies, get them done with. This one's from Michael. Hey, Dor, I'm thinking about buying an Acer netbook, Intel Atom processor, N455 1.66 gigahertz. I would like to dual boot or just install Linux on it. In your opinion, what would be one or two good distros to install on a netbook with a 1.6 gigahertz and 1 gig of RAM? I'm partial to Fedora, however, uncertain if Fedora will be too sluggish on a netbook. I don't believe you covered Linux on a netbook before on Linux for the rest of us. Interesting question from Michael. What do you say, guys? Could be Russell or Dor, whoever wants to answer.
I kind of said it's a loaded question. You know, that's like saying, what's the best drink to have? You know?
I know it's almost like asking what's your favorite what's the best distro, but I mean he did at least put some type of criteria in there that it's a good distro to run on a netbook.
Good, Russ.
I was just going to say, I've been running Ubuntu on my Acer netbook since like 8.04, and it runs just fine. I have 1 gig of RAM, Atom processor. No problem.
Ubuntu?
Yeah. It's the XFCE desktop version of Ubuntu.
Okay. Dor?
Yeah, and I'll say Linus Torval just switched to using that as his default desktop, so it has to be good. I will say my logic is it is not a desktop or laptop processor. It's an Atom processor. So you really want to stay away from anything too shiny. Like the brand new Ubuntu's, the brand new Mints even. One option I'll just throw out there is older distros. If you get a distro from 2008, 2007, the average quality of hardware that was the street was not as high, which means that distro was geared for lower hardware. So that's one option I'm going to throw out there. The one distro I'll say is Mageia. Does a really good job of trimming itself on first boot, and off that original installation media, you can install some pretty light desktops. LXDE, OpenBox, and XFCE are the three that I know of that you can install right from that media. Those three are super frigging fast. So I got to say. The last one I'll say is from Jonathan Nadeau. I heard about it. I believe it's called IQUNIX. I believe it still is GNOME, but the boot time I can say on my 6-year-old laptop was literally around 8 to 9 seconds because it didn't come loaded down heavy with all kinds of other stuff. And the one I got throughout there, Uncle Al is right, is Puppy.
Puppy Linux?
Puppy. Yes, and if I don't, Tracy Holtz might chastise me here in 30 days for not saying it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying Puppy Linux. Puppy is one of those ones, if it does work for you, it is pure gold, and you will not want to use anything else because it is pretty, I don't want to say easy. It's good. It's simple. It's effective. You know, I like it.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Next email is from Derek. Hello, Steve and Steve. This tickled me. This is a link to a desktop switching program that allows you to have multiple windows on your desktop, just like the program that comes included in Linux Ubuntu called Workspace. It just made me think how advanced Linux is. Linux is now and he gave the link. It's let me pull it up. The link is to cnet.com. And it looks like the name of the thing after CNET loads all of his crap. See, it's a video. Let me play it. I'll play the video.
Really crowded. So what if you could have multiple desktop workspaces to organize your programs? I'm Sharon Vaknin for CNET.com, and today I'll show you how to get multiple desktops running in Windows.
You will? And I bet you found this app all by your little lonesome. Using virtual desktops in Windows.
There are lots of programs that do this, but DeskPot has the most features, including the ability to password protect different workspaces. To get
Russ,
started,
we could hear you yawn.
DeskPot from
Sorry.
download.com. Launch it and you'll immediately...
All right, check it out. It's deskpot.com. Deskpot, right? Is that how he said it? She said it?
Yeah.
Deskpot.com.
And I got to say, if you as a user sees a Windows user using this, ask them what they think about it, because they're going to think it's revolutionary. It's this, it's that. Linux has had that for, I want to say, every bit of like 7 years. It's been around for a long time. And I'm going to put a link in the twitch.tv chat. I always got to twitch when I say that because I keep forgetting. And it's a link to a very, very recent Lifehacker article showing you the Arc desktop, which I'll say I take personal offense to the name of it. This is a super craptastic Windows desktop trying its hardest to look like Linux.
Really?
That's all I got to say. If I were just to walk by someone's computer and saw this on their desktop, I would initially think this is Linux. And this is what Linux has had for 6 years, 5-6 years.
As Dor looks at his watch.
Yeah. So it's, again, one of those things where Windows community, to be quite honest, for a lot of graphically pleasing things here recently, have been looking directly into the sun of Linux and, you know, holding their eyes open as long as they can, trying to get good images of it so they could try to recreate it.
That's awesome. It's really well put. I like the imagery.
Well, 'cause it's too overwhelming for them.
Yeah, it's perfect. Derek also says Linux is now my preferred OS, and I now only use Windows to run two accounts programs, which I can't get to run in Linux. They're QuickBooks 2008, blah, and a taxi accounts program called FatSoft. If I could get these programs to work in Linux, then I could blow Windows away. Bye Windows. It's been fun, but that's not to be just yet. I'm running Ubuntu 11.04 with Wine installed, but them programs just don't run. Very quick question. Could I run them in a VM? I don't know much about VMs. Anyway, I'm not going to say how much I enjoy your podcast and how great you are. You already know. I think he's going to say no, but it just says you already, period. Thanks from Derek. Thank you, Derek. Yeah, he could run QuickBooks in a VM, sure, can he?
Yeah, the only limitation to a VM is if you need specific direct access to specific hardware on a computer, like you have a special card that goes out to something special. Special cameras, special garage door opener or something. Or you really need the performance that like games need.
I wouldn't think so.
We learned. All right, and for like we learned about 2 weeks ago, iTunes, iPod, iTouch, whatever devices, when they do an update, there's a special mode they reboot into, and they need direct access to that special hardware. Linux doesn't give it. So that's an example of something that can't be in a VM, but virtually anything else you can imagine can be in a VM.
If there is any programs that are going to botch that, it's something like iTunes and probably QuickBooks. But I would give it a shot. I mean, it's
I would
bloat.
bet it would.
It's bloat. And I'm not sure about that taxi program. What is it called? Fat Books or something. Russ, you have anything on this so far before I play our last voicemail?
No, I don't.
All right. This is our last voicemail. I think it's from Sean again. I think he gets through this time.
Hey, guys. This is SJK89 calling again for Linux for the rest of us. Yeah, I just had another question. I want to be able to let my son go on I have an Ubuntu 11.4. Is there some kind? I looked at Empathy and Pigeon, but I want something he can send an actual text to my phone, and then I can send it back to him on the desktop. I really don't want to use like a browser-based text. I've seen some things where you open the browser and you go and you can send text. He's 9, so I don't really want him going on the web unattended. But just something that if he wants to get a hold of Dad while I'm at work, or he can shoot me a line. I can have a little contact that way. I can't always call, but I can usually send a quick text or something. I don't know if you have something in mind, or that'd be great. Thanks a lot, guys. Great show.
Thanks, Sean. Once again, Sean trying to infuse tech in his family. I love it. A non-browser-based desktop texting application for Linux. Does one exist? Survey says?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there is ways I know you can do it, but the main ways I know how to do it is basically smoke and mirrors. Desktop client using Twitter, and then you have like the dad receiving it on his phone via true SMS, him responding to it via SMS, would then kick it back to the desktop as a reply
on the Twitter app.
Yeah,
that's hey, for on the fly answer, that's a great idea.
Well, yeah, he didn't give me any heads up there.
Russ, anything else on this?
Good idea. No, I only use web-based email, so
yeah. Dora, I think you nailed it, man. It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Sean, he's thinking about it, and when Dora thinks, he probably usually comes out with something good. So,
yeah.
Give him some time. He'll probably send you an email or something if he thinks of something better.
I hope. I'm thinking there has to be some kind of. The only problem becomes is what is going to host the service, because typically they want to charge money.
Right.
The only way I know he could do it free is if he had like that remote desktop app on his phone he mentioned, and his son literally accessing it from his home.
Huh.
I know that's not a good answer, but I tried.
It's good. It's all good.
I was just trying to buy time.
Very hackerish.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I think I was wrong about Google Voice. It might have been a glitch on my system, but now I have those voicemails back, so I think I could play one. This is from Cody. I think it's going to play. It's from Cody. This is the final voicemail of the night. Just wanted to get them all done before Google Voice glitches on me. So disregard all my prior Google Voice assumptions. I think that it was just something on my machine. Here we go.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Dor. This is Cody Cooper from Nice Geek Computers. I just wanted to call and congratulate you on 52 episodes. That is a full year's worth, guys. I didn't hear anything about an anniversary, some special anniversary thing. I better hear it soon.
Oh, yeah, crap.
Anyway, I just wanted to call and thank both of you and Doc for his short time on the show for really helping for me to continue my Linux education. It was because of your show, mainly, helped me make the switch from Mac and Windows to Linux almost full-time back in October. I tell you, The shows are way informative. They're only getting better, and I can't wait to hear another 52. Keep it going. I've installed everything from Linux Mint to Ubuntu. Did you hear that, Gene? I said it right. So thank you very much for all the help. I can't wait to hear more. And go to linuxfortherestofus.com. Check out those videos to further educate yourself on Linux. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yes. I love how he gave it to Gene. Did you ever hear that?
Yes, I did.
Gene's never going to live this down. Thank you, Cody, man. It was a great email. Yeah, Door, 52 episodes. Now, I can't take all the credit. Doc was a part of that, but that's a year's worth. He's right. Happy anniversary.
Thank you very much. Do I get a paper gift this year, or I don't know how they go.
We need a cake. Somebody needs to bake a cake.
Yeah.
Dude, I love cake. And well, first off, I gotta say, Cody, you are the one who deserves congratulations. Today or yesterday, he just got a brand new baby.
Yes, congratulations, Cody, baby boy. Good
Baby
job.
boy. Listen, the only thing I gotta say, Cody, for the next 6+ weeks, when that child naps, you need to nap. Don't think now's my time. I can catch up on. No, nope. Nap. When the kid naps, you nap.
Good advice from a man who knows.
And just don't forget, the split second that thing comes out, it's trying to train you. That's all I'm saying. You can believe me. You can believe me now, or you can believe me later.
I believe it.
But I gotta say thank you very much, Cody, for that. And I gotta say, I just Google Plus'd Sean a link. There's a list of 10, 15 or so command line driven, it looks like, applications to communicate with SMS services. Now, I don't know if they're bidirectional. I think that's right, bidirectional. But using Zenity, which is what we went over last show, I believe, and one or more of these things, you might be able to hypothetically, in as little as 6 lines of code or 5 lines of code, and it's really not code, you might be able to make yourself a very simple GUI interface to send dad text messages.
Jeez, this guy, Door, you're amazing. You know, 1 minute ago, you did not know the answer, and now you pull it out of your butt.
The Maven.
He's the Maven. He is. So, Sean, Door hooked you up. Thanks, everybody, for sending voicemails and emails. Jose, I'm going to dig that one up from Google Voice. I'll play yours next week, so don't worry. It looks like it's not gone forever. If you guys want to send us any emails, send them to mail@podnutz.com. If you want to send us a voicemail, Google Voice should work for you, and hopefully it will. If it doesn't, you let me know, and I will tell Google personally. The phone number is 7076-PODNUT. If you want to send us a voicemail, either voicemail or emails are welcome. Hook us, hit us up. We need more content from you guys because we extinguished it all this episode. So thank you for sending, guys. All right, let's wrap this baby up. Russ, tell us again where people can find you, and thank you very much again for joining us.
Okay, you can find me over at the techiegeek.com podcast, and if you want to contact me, you can write Russ at the techiegeek.com.
Awesome. And thanks for filling us in on the secret tips of, the behind-the-scenes tips for the Ohio Linux Fest, the stuff that the real stuff people are going to need to know when they go.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great 1 month from now. And next year, Steve Cherubino is going to be there, so it's going to be great.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. When you guys were talking about it all show today, I was contemplating getting a ticket, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. I don't want to promise, but I'm going to really, really try for next year. Really, really try.
I was going to say, if you show up, I'm definitely buying you a steak.
All right, yeah. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I will.
This year.
Yeah.
Next year, I'll be happy to take you to the finest Scottish restaurant in town.
Scottish.
McDonald's.
Who are you kidding? Next year, you're going to be probably running the place.
No.
All right. Door, tell us, anything you would like to end off on, and last comments before we end the show.
I seriously, Russ, can't thank you enough. I love hearing this kind of information. Anyone wants to get in contact with us, do not hesitate. Anybody needs a Google Plus invite, please do not hesitate. I'm basically the custodian for the Podnutz Circle. Everybody who is Podnutz, and I am going to hack away. Last week has been ballistic. Hack away of publicizing my Podnutz Circle to only people in the Podnutz Circle, so they can fulfill their circle and make their circle a Podnutz Circle.
Sounds very philosophical.
Yeah, it's very centrifugal. Cool. It's really a good time. It's really good people. And I got to say, if you want to learn about Linux, you want to learn how to use Linux so you can go to the Ohio Linux Fest, the Southeast Linux Fest, the Northeast Linux Fest, the Indiana Linux Fest, the Utah Linux Fest, or whatever, and hang and, be cool, you need to go to linuxfortherestofus.com.
There you go, guys. That's where you need to go. Listen to Door. He knows what he's talking about. And I want to thank everybody. I know the show went a little long today, but hey, it happens sometimes, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. So I hope you got to the end. Appreciate everybody download, listening, watching live. It's all great. And that's it for Linux for the rest of us for this week. We'll see you next time.